All right, boys. Match week 11 coming up. We got lots of games. Let's get into it. This is Red Card Radio. This is our weekly look at the Premier League coming up for you. Match week 11. This is our preview for match week 11. So if you are you're new here, you just stumbled across us, hit that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell. If you are a regular listener, thank you for returning. Make sure you hit that a share button, send it on all your social media, send it to your families, things like that. All those things, really do appreciate it. It does help us out tremendously. And shall we get into it, boys?
Let's go.
All right.
It's a good week.
Is it a good week? I don't know. My team has lost twice this week already. Do you think that Arsenal are going to go for a third this week, Brad?
Yes.
Oh, tell me why.
No, this is probably a draw.
So this is
best for Chelsea.
This is Chelsea Arsenal from Stamford Bridge.
Arsenal.
It's the final match.
Is that Chelsea?
Yeah, it's at Stamford Bridge. Final match of the weekend. It's
the big game. Arsenal is losing.
Ooh.
Even without Cole Palmer, Arsenal's losing because then maybe we play Zhao, we play Nkunku in that spot, and I think we still take on. Do I think we're as good? No. But I think we're good enough without Palmer that we can still get this win. You guys seem to be hurt. You guys seem to not be playing the best. I think we just talked about this, like Thomas Partey starting at right back over Ben White and some other weird things happening.
Yeah, Ben White did have a little bit of an injury, and so that's why he had not been playing. But Ben White's back, so.
Hey, and Reece James has played 180 straight minutes in the Premier League, so making it 270 and getting a dub.
Whoa,
that'd be historical.
That's incredible,
isn't it?
Not against Red Card FC though. That slide tackle's coming in, baby.
Taking him out. I am concerned about this game. We have not been playing well recently.
I think this game will show what Chelsea are and what the expectations should be going forward. Right? Like, we played City well but lost. We played Liverpool well but lost.
Yeah.
Like, if we want to be in the contest and the question of like top 3 instead of being in the conversation for top 5, then I think this has to be a win.
I certainly agree for Chelsea. I mean, for both of our teams, both of our aspirations. If Arsenal lose this game, they're almost certainly out of the title race. Just because that's an incredible amount of losses. Like, you'd have to be essentially perfect for the rest of the season, which is
it's 10 points.
It's traditionally impossible to be perfect over the course of 27 games. So do you feel any concern with Michael Oliver as the referee and or Paul Tierney as the VAR? Any concern for you?
There's always concern. Is the ref English?
Yeah. Yes. They are.
Okay. Then yes. There's concern.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you say that because we do have one Australian ref in the Premier League.
Let's get him. Let's switch this out.
Gillette's the worst. Jared Gillette is not good. So just so you know.
It's interesting that you guys missed the most interesting point of this game is that Odegaardless Arsenal versus Cole Palmer-less Chelsea. It's the battle of the roster, right? Like it's your best playmate, it's your game changer, your game driver is missing for both of your teams.
Well, Odegaard.
So how does the rest of the roster? Where does the rest of the roster perform?
Odegaard played for about 8 minutes or so against Inter in the midweek in the Champions League. So okay. Odegaard is back. He certainly won't. He's a second half sub at best. Declan Rice didn't play against Inter, so there's going to be a fitness check for Rice. And so, I think that's a good point. Is like Arsenal have looked very toothless over the last couple weeks without Odegaard. and so it's
then
entirely
and we
conceivable.
haven't seen Chelsea without Palmer.
Well, we've
Yeah,
seen that.
so far.
We've seen them in
I
Europa
I
League.
disagree. He hasn't played
Oh, you're
any
right.
of the
Well,
Conference
that's
League,
different.
and that's a whole different starting
That's
11
true.
too.
Yeah.
But
Yes, that's that's different.
Hey, here's the thing, right? Are they Cole Palmer? No, but we still have João Felix and Christopher Nkunku that can play that role. Like out of everybody that has an injury concern, I think my squad is the most able to deal with that type of stuff. Is there a drop off?
This is the first
Yes.
time you've
Is
admitted
there?
this. This is the first time you've admitted this in 3 years, and we've all known it.
Well, no, because there's a difference between one injury and like 20 injuries.
All right.
There is a difference to one player being out that's really
All right.
important. And Sancho might still be out too. So we might have 2 people out, which like cool. I like Neto better anyways, I think, in this game.
As a non-bias, as an unbiased third party here, Sean, what's your take on this? Do you think Chelsea will win? Do you think Arsenal will win? Do you think it's a draw?
I think given the past 3 years of evidence, this is an Arsenal get right game.
Hopefully.
This is an Arteta like come to Jesus kind of talk pregame. Like this, because this is do or die. Like you're right. You're not wrong in that. If you lose distance to City any more than you do, that's it. The title's off. We're hoping for 4th. We're hoping for 4th or best at this point.
I mean, I think it's gonna be 5th.
So
sorry, I just want to put that out there. Like
you think if Arsenal lose this game that they're finishing 5th?
No. He's saying top 4 for Champions.
Top 5. I'm sorry.
Top 5 for Champions.
But you guys get what I'm saying.
Right. Yes.
You guys get what I'm saying. It's Arteta's gonna have that talk. If we can't lose any more ground to City, you guys need to get it together. And it's gonna be one of those talks pregame of like we can't lose any more of these games.
Yeah, and I don't know if
Maresca is going to have one of those kind of talks because they're performing well.
And
it's going to be probably a normal pregame talk.
I think one thing I'll also say about Arsenal is traditionally over the last 2 years specifically, we have been very, very hard to beat in top 6 clashes, in big 6 clashes, I should say. I'm not sure we've lost a big 6 clash in the last 2 years. Now, I'm not saying that it's impossible or that it won't happen this year. Maybe 2 years ago we lost to City once. I can't remember. But I don't think that we lost a big 6 clash last year. And I don't think we've lost one yet this year. So I know we haven't lost one yet this year. So this is an opportunity for that streak to break, obviously. But I'm concerned because we haven't been creating a lot. And so that Chelsea have been scoring lots of goals, Arsenal have not. So I think it could be this is definitely a slippery. This is a dangerous game for Arsenal. You'll have to check the Discord to see who I pick, guys.
Ooh.
West Ham Everton on Saturday. West Ham Everton. Someone highlighted this game. I'm not entirely sure why, Brad.
Osakio?
You think so?
I mean, it's been said that he will be under Lopetegui will be under judgment if they lose this game.
What about Sean Dyche? You think Sean Dyche is on the hot seat if Lopetegui?
Yeah, Osakio.
You think Lopetegui is the Grim Reaper?
Both are
for Sean Dyche, no. But I also think this is like a levels match, right? Like typically where both teams are right now, this is a levels match. If Everton wins, they go above West Ham, and West Ham hasn't been playing well.
And they don't have Kudos, right?
Yeah, Kudos with the out 5 games. So like, and he's their best player. Like he's been their best player. He's been the one that's created whatever they've created. Besides Bowen. Okay, sorry.
Whoa.
He's been their most creative player.
Sure, creative, but obviously everyone knows that Arsenal legend Lucas Fabianski is their best player. So
That's in net. Yeah, but he ain't scoring no goals.
you never know. He could. Arsenal legend that. You want to talk about a levels game, Brad?
Yeah.
Wolves Southampton is a levels game.
Bro.
We got a big one here from the
This is
Molyneux. We gotta get a win in the Midlands.
No, can the Wolves do the thing and get the dub?
Well, see what's crazy about this is Wolves have yet to get a win. Southampton just picked up their first win. So
against Everton.
This is actually like an incredible match for both of them. If Southampton were to win it and they were to drag themselves like 6 points, they go up to 7 points, you know, that could take them out of the drop zone depending on what Ipswich do and what Palace do and things like that. So
Palace has to lose by like 6.
Okay, fair point. I hadn't looked at the goal difference. You're right, Brad.
I was like, I had the table
You're
up.
right.
That's the only reason why.
Well, I pulled the table.
Or Southampton have to put 7 by.
Yeah, I pulled the table up and didn't look at the goal difference. But I my gut reaction, having watched this Wolves team a couple times this year, they seem like they're a decent side. They just they had the toughest beginning of the season. And this is the stretch where they need to put points in the bank. And if they don't put points in the bank here, then there's no way O'Neill if Southampton beat Wolves, I think O'Neill might be dead man walking. Because this Wolves team is better than 20th. And they had a lot of transfers out this summer, but they're still a better squad than 20th.
Yeah, but you also just lost Neto was a huge part of their team last year. Like he was their bite.
Yeah.
Now like Altneri, one of their wingbacks, is probably their most dangerous player. Not to disagree with you, but to also put into perspective that like they don't have much in the tank to get goals, so they can't be giving up the most goals. But again, they've had the hardest schedule. Let's see if this is the turning point. Or like you said, yeah, O'Neill is gone. Because 11 games without a win. That's probably historic. What was Derby County's? When did Derby County get their first win?
I don't know. But it also let's be honest. I think you have to look at this on paper and say that Wolves have been in the league for how many years in a row now? 5?
Yeah.
Something like that, 5, 6 years. They have kind of established themselves as a Premier League side, and Southampton are just recently promoted, and traditionally recently promoted sides struggle at staying up. And like, this is a moment for Wolves to kind of be like, flex their Premier League muscles and assert themselves. I personally, just looking at this on paper, think that Wolves will win the game. That's my gut reaction. But you guys will also remember that I think it was last year, I kept picking Wolves to win games and they kept losing.
Yes.
So yes. I had to stop picking Wolves. And so maybe this is my own hubris coming back, but I do think that this Wolves team is better than the Southampton team.
I agree.
I don't disagree. Something crazy. All 3 teams in the drop zone are currently performing worse than what Derby County did in 07 and 08. All 3 are under 6 points after 10 match weeks.
Could we have all 3 relegated worse than Derby County? That would be incredible.
There's no way. That trend can't continue.
Wait. In their first 10 match weeks, they had 6 points. Over the next 28, they got 5 points.
That's so awful. That's so
Isn't
bad. Oh, man. I'm sure they picked up points against Arsenal that year.
I think it's actually Chelsea.
I'm sure it's Arsenal. All right. Liverpool Villa. This is really one of the big ones. That and Brighton City. I'm shocked that Brad selected Liverpool and City to highlight in bold, but not Brighton and City.
Wait. I bolded Liverpool and Villa,
Liverpool.
not Brighton and City.
Yeah,
You
you
had City playing twice in 1 week. That's a punishment.
you know what? They deserve it. Okay.
Let's
Here.
go.
So
With you.
Liverpool Villa. Excuse me. It's been a long couple days. Brighton hosting City. I think those are both two really intriguing games on Saturday.
I mean, so here's why I didn't highlight it. Right. Well, first, I think Liverpool Villa. If anybody's gonna figure out Liverpool, it's gonna be Unai. Like he'll be the first one to get it right.
Spoiler alert: they just played in the Champions League. They are not coming out very hard against Liverpool on Saturday. This Villa, Unai Emery is sacrificed the league for Europe. That's his shtick.
And they took an L. But
such an unfortunate L.
Listen,
Sean.
I think City absolutely demolished Brighton. Like I'm thinking like this is like a 6, like 06, like 04.
Well, let me give you some pushback there. Brighton held Liverpool scoreless for 70 minutes at Anfield last week, right?
Yeah.
For like 71 or 72 minutes, they held Liverpool scoreless. This is at the Amex. City are probably a little bit on eggshells. They've lost 2 straight games. They lost in the Premier League against Bournemouth. 3 straight? Oh, because they lost against Tottenham. They lost to Tottenham. Yeah.
And then in the Champions League.
Yeah, so they've lost 3 straight. I don't know if Pep has ever lost 4 straight games in his managerial career. And so that's really intriguing from that perspective. But City are also depleted. Like they have lots of injuries right now. And they have
13 available players, remember?
Yeah, according to Pep, right? If Haaland isn't firing on all cylinders and he has a tough first half, like City are very, very reliant on goals through the middle from Haaland. And so like if he doesn't get going, then this could be a very difficult game for City. I honestly, of course I'm gassing myself up because I'm sure you're right and City are going to score 6 and it's not going to be a game. And I'm over here pontificating about how Brighton are going to, make it difficult for City early and then shut down Haaland and Haaland's going to have like a first half hat trick. But I do, I kind of, my gut reaction when I look at these 2 games, Brighton versus City and Liverpool versus Villa, I think it's more likely that the Brighton City game is a more competitive match than the Liverpool Villa game. Liverpool just put 4 past Leverkusen at Anfield in the Champions League. Villa lost away to Club Brugge in the Champions League. Villa traditionally don't do well after midweek European fixtures. So I think this has the markings of a Liverpool rout.
Really? See, yeah. That's interesting that we have this flip flop that I think City route and you think Liverpool route. So
yeah, man.
Maybe I should have highlighted these games. We could have had this conversation.
Don't worry. As my position,
the host,
my position here on the in the group allows me to say what I want when I want, right?
Yeah, it's the host. Yeah, we just don't always have to follow you, but sometimes we do. Should we slide down to see if Forest can keep this hot streak going against Newcastle, or is Newcastle riding high after beating Arsenal? Sean, what do you think? Do you think Forest gets this done at the City ground?
I'm Forest for life. We're going to the City ground. We're getting that win.
You know what they say.
Newcastle out of here.
You know what they say when you come to the City ground, right?
Same thing they say at the Amex, I bet. No Spurs allowed. Spurs, because we can't win at either one of them, so it don't matter. So
You're trying to go with Kenilworth there.
Yeah, I was trying to make a spoof on your Kenilworth road.
I can't City ground off.
Yeah, I know.
I can't spoof that off cuff.
Robin Hood out here. Robin Hood go steal the points from the rich. That's what he was gonna say.
Robin No, they are the rich right now. They're in third.
No.
No. It's that they're stealing the Saudi Arabian money. Newcastle is financially rich, so they're going to steal their points and give them to the poor, the financially poor. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah, there we go.
You know, when you go to the city ground, you better
pay your tax.
You better keep them purses tight. You better keep that bling bling tight.
I was gonna say leave your money in the bank account, but don't carry cash. This is not going to be a good game.
Really?
Newcastle, I think, are going to strut their stuff.
Really?
Yep, I think Newcastle are on a little bit of a mini resurgence. I think Forest is gonna slowly come back to the mean.
You think it starts this week?
Yeah, I just think this Newcastle team, they're getting healthy. They're starting to fire on all cylinders. Isak, Gordon, they're playing very well. Joelinton and Bruno Guimaraes through the midfield. Tonali is back. Nick Pope is an imposing figure on a football field. The man is enormous and he's very quick. And so yeah, I think Newcastle win. I don't think it's like a rout, but I think Newcastle win this match.
I mean, I don't know, and I'm going to say what Joel will say here. Dan Burn and Fabian Schär is the starting defensive pair.
Yeah, but you got
Nick Pope is amazing.
You got Joelinton and Bruno Guimaraes in front of you.
Isn't Joelinton not able to play? He wasn't on the bench
against Arsenal.
Yeah,
because he started the match.
He did start. He started at forward. They had him up front. Oh no, they had him at midfield. Premier League website has this messed up. I expect to see Joelinton in the midfield, not as the left winger that Willock played.
Yeah,
or right.
Don't listen to.
Sorry, that's so screwed me up. That's why I was like, wait, Joelinton wasn't there. No, yeah.
Don't listen to lineups on that. We all know where people are actually playing. This is Red Card Radio. We have that tactical je ne sais quoi, as they say.
Wow. They don't say. But
Sean liked it.
Tactical knowledge.
Sean liked it. Gotta get that pinky out when you're drinking the tea at halftime. Do you think you're pretty high on Forest though, Brad? Do you think Forest get it done?
I think this is spicy. I think Newcastle's kind of flopped around. Like they drew City, but then they drew Everton.
Drawing City's a good result,
right? But then they drew Everton the next week.
Not a good result.
And then they lost to Chelsea 2-1, beat Arsenal 1-0. Like they're just. It's a roller coaster.
They lost to Chelsea in the cup though, right? Or was that in the league?
No, in the league. We lost. They beat us in the cup. We won in the league.
So confused. Okay.
Yeah, we played back to back, which was confusing and weird. They lost to the A team but beat the B team.
Got it. Okay, I'm tracking. I understand. Maybe.
Not that Chelsea doesn't have an A and B team. Everybody will play in the Premier League and everybody will play in the Conference League. Like it's just how it is right now.
Be quiet. Stop talking. Did somebody delete a game on this? What's going on here? It's extra.
Whoa.
Anyway,
who did that?
It's 10 games.
Okay, we counted. Okay. Any parting shots for Spurs Ipswich, Sean?
No, we should just win this handily. No parting Ipswich.
Are you ready? Ipswich draw incoming.
Liam Delap is probably going to score because we can't keep a clean sheet, so it'll be 3-1 Spurs.
3-1 Spurs. All right.
You mean that Cobham legend Omari Hutchinson is getting the goal?
Arsenal legend Omari Hutchinson.
Cobham legend.
Yeah,
Omari Hutchinson.
Yeah, this is the meme where it's like the guys are like fist, grabbing each other.
We're together. We're together on this one.
Exactly. That's the wrong side of the screen.
Are you the side? You the side? Okay.
This is the stupidest thing we've ever done. All right. So we need to adjudicate picks from last week. We need to get these. So, guys, this was a barn burner this week. Match week 10. There were some tremendous numbers. The best numbers. You've seen numbers before, but trust me, these were the best numbers. Leading the way is, who do you think it is? It's the two brain.
Chap. It's not Chap. My bad.
It's the two brain. Monstrosity that is Jimmy and Jack. They remain in the lead, and it's, it doesn't, we can't even, who cares? Like, we can't even, what can we say about it? They get 5 points. They get 5 points. Tough for you, Brad, because Sean comes in second with 4 points.
Man.
Well, what I want to say about this week is everyone got Arsenal, City, Southampton, Everton, Wolves, Palace, and Manchester United, Chelsea wrong. Everyone got those wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody who picked a game got those wrong.
So nobody got above Jimmy 5 because
Jimmy went flawless with the last 5.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard to beat him after that.
Yeah. Sean came in hot with 4. Tied for 3, we had Chap and Joel, which left Brad, myself, and Tamzid on a hot 2, a twofer.
Wait. No, Tamzid has 3. Tamzid is a 3-fer. I'm sorry. I don't know who did the math here, but Tamzid has 3.
Oh, so, guys, loyal listeners, friends of the podcast, we're falling apart here because the spreadsheet was not done appropriately. It's okay.
That does Tamzid a solid 32 on his total. So I'm glad with that we made that correction.
So when we pop over to the overall standings, Jimmy pulling away with it. He's putting a little bit of daylight between himself and Sean. He's got a 5-point lead presently.
Long season.
So this is actually a really intriguing, because it's really clean right now, right? So we've had 10 matches, 10 match weeks, 100 games. We've all picked 100 games so far. For those of us who've picked all 10 weeks, Jimmy is coming in at a solid 60% correct rate. And that's, I think, very impressive, because this isn't just like a binary choice. There's 3 choices for every game. There's 3 potential outcomes. So there's even more variance than just a binary win or lose situation. So Jimmy and Jack, I am attributing this to a 2-brain situation until I have evidence that it's not.
It could just be Jack picking this too, and Jimmy's the one writing them in.
It's possible.
That's what I'm going with, Jack.
Jack's a smart kid, so it's entirely possible. But getting 60% hit rate is very, very impressive. Now, if you, I am barely above a 40% hit rate, and that's not so good. But long season. You guys think I can come back? No way.
Listen. No as way. I catch Sean, you can catch Sean.
No, I am well and truly dusted. I think Joel and we don't stand a chance. I think Brad and Sean, you guys have a chance to catch Jimmy. But I think it's just too much. And I just keep picking Arsenal, and they keep breaking my heart. But yeah, so Jimmy's in first, Sean's in second, Brad's in third. All relatively close. One good week away from being tied for first, and we'll see what happens. So we'll keep our eyes on that. If you want to get involved in this, you can submit your picks for match week 11. You can do it any way that works for you. You can send us an email at info.redcardradio@gmail.com. You can join our Discord, which is in the description of this video or podcast. We have a channel dedicated specifically for picks. and you can just drop them in there. You could hit us up on social medias. That guy is at KSBradG. Down below, it's at Whiteheart_Sean. I am at James Tiffany. Collectively, we are at Redcard_Radio. You could drop your picks there, but however you want to, drop your picks in, get involved. We'd love to hear from you. Until then, I hope you'll have a great weekend. Enjoy some football. We will be back next week with a review of all this, and we'll break down, I guess, not match week 12 because someone told me an international break is coming up again.
No.
We'll have to fact check that. I don't believe it. I am living in denial. But until then, I hope you enjoy this weekend of football, and we will see you all next time. Have a good one.